from Nassau, Bahamas. Philip's over here too.
We
Say
got
hi,
Freedom of
Philip.
the Seas.
Yeah, we're walking past Freedom of the Seas over here. We are actually docked on one of the innermost slips, so we don't have the monkey mile long walk.
But they got the new over thing.
Yeah, so let me show you what we're looking at. Here's all of the new stuff that they've done. They've really done a lot of work since we were here in July. And I'm anxious to see what it's going to look like once we're here again in June from March.
But I like these things though.
Yeah, I love the covered walkways. That's really nice. All right, so where are we headed?
To a food tour.
A walking food tour.
A 3-hour tour.
Yeah,
At least it ain't on the SS Minnow.
that's right. All right, we're gonna make our way to the meeting place and we'll catch up with you there. All right, we are waiting for our food tour. But right here where we had to meet, which is really close to the cruise ship, is a lot of little straw market type souvenir stuff. Get your hair braided, buy you some sunglasses, all kinds of fun stuff in here.
You guys, you want to try some rum cake? Thank you. All right, no problem. You made it? No, the fox me, buddy. You want to try it?
All right, we're gonna get through the crowd. All kinds of.
Hair braiding today, Mama?
No, thank you. All kinds of fun little things to buy. And we're right back where we started. There's the boys. Hey, who's this a bronze statue of?
Me.
Yeah. I don't think you
Oh
look
wait,
like
I
him.
got.
Yeah, and you're not holding your Bible. Are you holding your Bible? Okay. There you go. It's you, Josh.
Mallory, there's horses.
All right, and we are off. Captain Ron is a hoot. I would fall down if I were walking backwards like him. But already he's told us that if you see a pink building with green and white trim, that is part of their, how would I word that, Philip? Government buildings. There you go, thank you. All right, let's see where we're going first.
When I met you guys, I'm guessing that everyone here likes authentic. Ah, pretty good, huh?
Yeah, good guess.
Right. Now, and the reason why I brought that up, right? Ready?
Ready.
This is the only authentic Bahamian restaurant I know of.
Really?
Yeah, and I'm gonna tell you why. And I actually manage a restaurant, a Bahamian restaurant at night, right? Now, the restaurant I manage, I have 8 cooks. Not this one. No. Okay. How many of those 8 cooks you think are Bahamian from the Bahamas? One. Yeah, I heard 1. All right. 2. I heard none. All right. I heard 2. All right. Cool. It's a Bahamian restaurant. Babe, what do you think? Bahamian restaurant? Like all 8, right? I'm setting you up. Somebody said none over here. Whoop, whoop. 0. 0. That's like going to New York and going to like a Chinese restaurant and you see 8 African Americans in the kitchen. Something's not right? So now the reason being, right? We actually have large immigrants here in the Bahamas, in particular.
on our way to our third stop, but isn't this church just beautiful?
All right, guys, what I'm gonna stop traffic and then we're gonna cross. You guys ready? Traffic stop.
You're so good at that.
Should have moonwalked it. It'd been better.
All right, I got a question. Trivia time. Whoop whoop.
Whoop,
Who's
whoop.
ready for some trivia?
We are.
All right. If you had like some extra money and you had to open up a restaurant in the Bahamas, would you do it on this street? Who says yes? Raise their hand. One person.
I would.
That's Philip or Josh?
Josh is the grown-up.
Okay. So Philip then.
Now, Philip raised his hand. I said yes, I would.
Oh, I'm
You
not
could turn around this whole street.
So son and father.
All right.
Cheaper here.
I personally, I probably wouldn't. But the first restaurant that we ate at, Bahamas Cooking, you see that yellow wall?
Yeah.
That's where it stood for 28 years.
Oh wow.
And the only reason why she moved, because before the pandemic, the owner sold the building, and that's why she moved. So she was here for 28 years. Even though, like here, you can see it's dead. There's no traffic back here, right?
Yeah.
But to create traffic, when she unlocked the doors day one, she actually walked out to Bay Street. As people would be walking by, she'd hand them menus, and those that decided that they were going to eat with her, she physically walked them back. And she did that until word of mouth started getting around, so she no longer actually had to go out. But this is where the first restaurant that we ate at, Bahamas Cooking, it stood for 28 years.
Wow.
So where we ate today, it's only been there for 2 weeks.
Oh wow.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
It was so much hotter here, so what they did, they modified the homes a little bit. The foundation,
Got vents in them.
yeah, slightly elevated, a lot of ventilation, that's like the cooling system, right? Now, nowadays, you can actually tropical storms. Back then, they just kind of popped up on you. But if they popped up, you actually had your shutters already built into that house. Right? That's called balcony house because of the open air balcony veranda. All right? Now, if you were to guess, how many bedrooms would you say is in that house?
6.
All right, somebody said 2 right away. Okay, the kids they're on fire. Top right, master, top left, guess. All right, now redemption question for the adults. This house was built back in 1790. When it was built, there was a main feature that could have been added in, but wasn't, and today still does not have. What would you not find in that house today? I heard bathroom. Okay. Okay, I heard kitchen. Gil, right? All right. I heard running water. Philip and Josh. All right.
Electricity.
Electricity.
Yeah,
all right.
1790.
Are you guys ready?
Yeah.
Anybody said kitchen, step up, clean inside. The fact that this is a wooden house, if it caught on fire, everything went. So normally what they do, like if you look, it's built by a retired pirate. His name was John Howard Graysmith. He had a ship called the Grey Wolf. So when he retired, to keep the theme going, he purchased a property that stood on the cliff. He called it Graycliff. So the name Graycliff goes back to 1726. Now the current owners, they're an Italian family. They purchased the property in 1973. They turned it into a 20-room boutique hotel, first 5-star restaurant in the whole entire Bahamas, where they have the 3rd largest collections of wines in the Western Hemisphere, where they have over 275,000 bottles of wine you can actually choose from. And guess what? The most expensive bottle of wine only goes for $250,000. That's it.
I got that in my pocket.
Whoop, whoop.
Yeah.
All right. Now I want you guys to take a look at the original pool, original version. We're going to see the updated version. And if you look down here, you're going to see the names of some of the celebrities over the years that's actually been here. Matter of fact, this is where Jay-Z actually proposed to Beyonce before they got married. All right, so we're going to walk through, take as many pictures as you want, and watch your step. All right, because he said, well, was this originally a resident? Yes, it was. It was built by a pirate dude back in 1726, all right? That was his private home, but he passed away in 1734. So he only got to enjoy it for like 8 years. So over time, the property has passed hands through like different owners, and when it was purchased in 73 by an Italian family, the Gazzarolis, they decided to turn it into a 20-room boutique hotel, and the first 5-star restaurant in the whole entire Bahamas is right here. And the wine cellar, there's 2 entrances on the inside, and then there's 2 right here. And when I talked about Jay-Z actually proposing to Beyonce, it happened in their wine cellar. Now they actually have a private dinner down there. It's a $1,000 cover charge per reservation, all right? And so if you want like that 250,000 bottle of wine, I know it's like 12 of us. If you guys wanted me to look into like a case price, everybody can like chip in a little bit. I can make it happen because they do give me a 15% commission on this. So like, let me know, right? And we can make this happen, all right? So
Now, do
do
they do the cigar?
So we are heading to check out where they are rolling cigars. And the new swimming pool.
Now you can see the updated version of the pool. If you jump in, you definitely need to know how to swim. It starts at 4 feet. By the time it gets to the end, it's 10 feet deep.
He said that is all hand-painted tile.
Put the final relief on there. All right, now, as far as the relief, where does the product come from? Before the embargo hit Cuba, those that knew that this embargo was coming, they started using the country these tobacco seeds. And they took these tobacco seeds, they planted them outside of Cuba, Central, South America, Dominican Republic. So essentially, the seeds are Cuban, but the seeds are planted outside of Cuba, and the cigars are rolled by Cubans, but in the Bahamas. So technically, when we send to the United States, they go under the Graycliff brand cigars and not Cuban cigars.
Same with Honduras and places like that.
Yes, exactly. Right? So all the rollers are actually from Cuba, because I cannot take like a Bahamian person and say, hey, look, Jeff, I'm gonna train you for 6 months. When you're done, you're gonna be a certified roller. So when they come here, they're already like trained. They know what they're doing. Like the average experience is, he has probably like 25 years. Right? So the average roller rolls anywhere from 120 to 150 cigars every day. And so they, all the product is done here, and then to the front left is where the cigar box is. Average price of this? They start as low as $10. $10 to like 30.
What makes the price difference?
Yeah, the quality, it's the name brand. Like the guy who actually opened up this factory for the Gazzaroli, he's actually the former roller for Fidel Castro, and he's the guy that invented the Cohiba cigar. Yeah, so the Cohiba is like, when it comes to cigar, they're like the Nikes or like shoes. So it's like, that's it. The top. Show up one gummy bear or one white chocolate.
What are you about to eat?
I gotta get it out. Wait, where is it? Sounds weird, but I could pass it out. I regret not trying.
What are you eating now? What are you eating?
This is called twice as hot as a goat pepper. It's about the same spice level as a habanero.
All right.
Actually, not bad. Right. It's gonna stain your fingers, by the way.
No, that's the guy right there. Starting.
And he cracked the drink.
Oh. Oh. Oh.
Boy, that took a while. It's not done yet. Is it done yet?
It just took a while for my taste buds to catch up.
How was it?
That's your mama.
It's pretty
I ate it.
spicy. Like I could feel it, but it wasn't spicy, and it just started to get spicy. But
Would you do it again?
No.
Youth band in our church.
Now we're gonna have a conch again. We're gonna be conched out by the end of the Alright? So the conch that you're having is we call a cracked conch cider. Take a look at Max over here.
Here you will find
How old do you guys
Max.
think Max is?
It looks like
15.
Okay, I'll give you guys a clue. The wrinkles are under the feather.
The wrinkles are under the feather.
They are under the feather.
Well, I can't pick his feathers up and look.
That's funny. My wrinkles are under my
55.
feathers.
Oh, wow. You're 55, Max.
I'm 60.
Wow, you're pretty.
I just thought it was
I'll figure it out here in a second. All right.
Here we are. We're at the Talking Stick Restaurant and Bar, and Amanda's guide,
Max.
Max,
Hi,
a
Max.
55-year-old macaw. Look at
Oh, he's so pretty.
him. He's using some good skin cream. He doesn't
He
show
said, don't
any
get near me, I'm
wrinkles.
going to bite you.
No, don't bite me. That's what J-Lo would do.
Oh. It's recording?
Yeah.
Okay. Max is not real sure about Josh.
Hold Max. Would you
You don't know about me?
Do you like me,
He
Max?
said you're a little bit big and hairy. Oh my gosh, that's hysterical.
All right.
Thank you.
Great.
Who's got next? All right, Mary.
All right.
yourself?
Yeah.
And give a little shoulder. Put it like that.
Have you ever been this high, Max?
You guys see this building right here, this 2-story pink building?
Yeah.
That used to be a single-story open-air slave market up until 1834.
Oh, wow.
That was called Vendue House. It was a slave auction house, right?
Wow.
And today that is called our Pompei Museum of Slavery and Emancipation, and it's named after a well-known slave that led a small revolt on the island of Exuma. We're talking about the early 1800s, right? Commercial break program, right? So on the island of Exuma, Lord John Roe, who had an upwards ownership of about 300 slaves, and they said he fathered like 80 slave children as well. At this time, when Britain was actually working to free the slaves, they actually put a law into place. Once a slave worked on your plantation for X amount of years, once that time was expired, they were to be released, and you were to give them a small plot of land to where they can actually take care of themselves and their family. But Lord John Roe decided, you know what, I'm going to change up the rule. I'll let them work, and before the time expires, I'll move them to another island. That way they had to start all over again. And that's when Pompei, a slave that lived on Exuma, led a small slave revolt and actually ended up stealing one of Lord John Roe's ship, sailing in here to Nassau to plead his case. But upon arriving here, it was him and a group of 50 people. They're actually arrested, thrown into jail. They're deemed as runaways until the governor of the Bahamas found out what was happening in Exuma, and the slaves were released, and Pompei returned back to Exuma as a hero. And that's why today the museum is called the Pompei Slave Museum, and the square behind it is called the Pompei Square as well.
Awesome.
Cool?
Good for him.
North Carolina, but very intimidating guy. 12. Mm-hmm. Well,
Just 12.
Yes,
yeah.
that was a mistake. I believe that's what it was.
Yes. You study pirates?
No.
Okay.
No, sir.
Blackbeard?
No, sir.
Yeah. So we're gonna have their hurricane flavor. That's a mixture of chocolate and their golden original. Right. The company started out in 1986 by a gentleman by the name of Keith Baldwin in the Cayman Islands. Right. And it just recently came here to the Bahamas. Right. And matter of fact, you're the second group that we're bringing here. Yesterday was my first stop here at the Blackbeard. Okay. So your feedback is going to be like greatly appreciated, right? Awesome. Now, as far as rum cake, what really like holds it together is it has like a 6-month shelf life, and the reason being, it's vacuum sealed and actually has rum in there, right? Now, when you look at rum in the islands, we've always been connected, in particular the British islands, to where even in the British Navy, one of the things that they would give the sailors a daily ration of something that they call grog, right? And basically it was a little bit of rum in their water. And the fact that these sailors, they actually battle a lot of scurvy, and they would actually put like lime juice in there. Like remember like earlier today, we actually had like our Bahamas switcher, all right? And I said if you add rum or vodka to it, it's just a switch up. So I think the pirates were probably the first mixologists, because I'm sure, yeah. So the company, number one, started in 1986, and we're gonna have golden original, and they actually have like a pineapple flavor that's actually very good as well too. Now I don't know if you guys know or not, but pineapple used to be one of our top industries here in the Bahamas. Right? I don't know if you guys ever heard of the island of Eleuthera. Eleuthera is actually known for 2 things in the Bahamas. Are you guys ready? An island that actually has pink sand beaches. Yeah. Also, matter of fact, Harbor Island, Eleuthera, was our first capital in the Bahamas. Right? But when you look at Eleuthera, the way it's actually situated, a lot of the hurricanes would actually destroy the harbor, and that's one of the reasons why it was moved to this island, because this harbor here is protected. And how many cruise ships we hold at one time?
Up to 7.
Cruise ships, right? So, and then also, Eleuthera is known for the pineapple industry. This is like before Dole, where pineapples are actually a top industry here in the Bahamas, right? So we're gonna.
Hey guys and gals,
What's up?
we're back on board,
Freedom of the Seas.
watching them sail away.
Nassau Bahamians.
Yeah,
We're the only 2 in port today.
yeah. It's a
These
beautiful day in
lenses look
Nassau.
clear through like they're reading glasses.
The weather was phenomenal.
Yeah, we went on the Bahamian food tour.
The Bahamian True food tour. True Bahamian something. True's in there somewhere.
Amanda keeps shaking the camera because she's flopping her hands around like a flopping fish. Floppy hands, fish, floppy hands, something.
Okay, so anyways, that food tour today was super awesome. I thoroughly enjoyed it.
Top 2 best macaroni and cheeses I've ever had in my
It
life.
was really good.
It was in the top 2. It was phenomenal.
So we had heard phenomenal things about this food tour, but obviously hadn't experienced it for ourselves, but we did today. And I'm telling you,
We're not moving, they're moving.
yeah, 10 out of 10.
They're pulling out a port in front of us.
It was great.
Fantastic. Amanda is working a deal with the Bohemian Food Tour, True Food, whatever it's called, anyway, to be able to offer it direct through them. So if you're interested in that food tour, reach out to Amanda. When we get back, we're going to be in contact. Our host was Captain Ron.
Yep. He was super cool.
His real name's Ronaldo, but he said Captain Ron was easier to remember,
Yeah.
so it was fantastic.
Learned
We
lots of stuff.
Really got to see some cool stuff. Got to meet some really nice people.
Even the kids enjoyed it.
Yeah, it was overall a great time.
Yeah.
So Manning, move her head. It says Freedom of the Seas is coming. There you go. That is a big ship.
It is.
It's really pretty.
Yeah, it is.
Mallory didn't realize it's one of the ships where it's half blue, half white.
Yeah, I didn't either, actually.
But anyway, it was a great time. We are actually, Amanda said it this morning, this is the closest we've ever been to the pier getting out of here. And they're finishing up the pier
Looks so good.
for ship number 7. So,
Everything looks really good there.
yeah, all the covered walking is really nice. And Amanda will be able to show you some of the covered walking here in a second when I'm up here on Lido Deck.
They're waving.
But anyway, the food tour, when you come out, or where the new gate's going to be for the cruise terminal, for the cruise ships, you're just literally going to go right across the street into that marketplace, right by a statue. Once you go out the gate, it's less than a 5-minute walk to where the meetup is. And,
So quick to get there.
really good time, and of course you've seen the footage of the cigar making and stuff, and we didn't really, our tour was ahead of schedule, so he took us in there
Yeah.
to let us see it and everything, so it's not really part of the tour, but it was really cool.
The chocolate shop.
Amanda liked the chocolate shop. It was good. I mean, it wasn't like mind-blowing, but I mean, it was good chocolate. I mean, that's her. I mean, she's eating chocolate right now. So,
Coconut patties from Key West.
coconut patties from Key West. So anyway, just like the Freedom's leaving, we're fixing to let y'all go and look it up. Anyway, all right. Well, we'll check in with y'all here in a little bit.
This is the farthest pier, but they put all these nice, like, covered awnings right here, and then all the way down on the one that you got, the long one you got to walk. It's all completely covered now, so it's a really, really nice break from the sun, especially when you're here in the summertime. If it's raining, you're covered. So this is phenomenal. I am really happy with what they've done. I think this is great. And Josh just shoved an entire ice cream cone in his mouth, so we're gonna watch him suffer through it. Bye-bye, Freedom. So anyways, we just wanted you guys to see that. Really, really nice. We'll be back here, like Josh said, in June. So I'm anxious to see what they've got completed in June.
On the Howie Cruise Group cruise
What?
out of Bayonne, New Jersey.
Yeah, on the Oasis of the Seas.
Courtesy of Brian and Julie from Howie Cruise. I hear they got a YouTube channel.
I hear they do too. I'm gonna finish my coconut patty
And
now.
I hear they're from New Jersey.
I also hear they're pretty cool. Okay, tell the people goodbye.
Bye. This is actually only like 3rd time I've eaten ice cream. I know, Mike, you're upset. Oh, hey, in case I forget to tell anybody, Thomas, when you're watching this, let your niece know that Philip stopped doing the Shirley Temple thing because they have replaced all the Sierra Mist with Starry. And Starry apparently is not good.
He's not a fan.
Not a fan. It's not Sprite, not close to Sprite. So he's been doing Mountain Dew temples. So anyway, so the Shirley Temple didn't last but about 3 drinks, and he said no more because of the Starry. But anyway, back to regularly recorded vlogs.
Talking to our room steward up there about the Carnival Pride. Say hi to YouTube.
Hello.
I told everybody on YouTube that Josh was here talking to you about the Carnival Pride.
That's his next shoot.
Oh!
Hey, what's up? So this is like our one and only good night. So good night.
Good night!
No, we got some plans with some people, and we can't do no recording. Yeah. So we're gonna say good night here. Man, we met a lot of great people. Just had
This
dinner.
cruise has been awesome.
I had dinner with a couple from Missouri, Kansas City borderline. They watch it. It was fantastic hanging out with y'all.
Yes, it was.
He knew instantly when I said, hey, I'm going to ask you this. I said, our YouTube channels Have Luggage Will Travel. He goes, Paladin. I said, you're correct. Have Gun Will Travel.
Yeah.
He was a fellow pearl button man
He
like
was.
myself. And I was like, I know this man. He said he read Westerns. I was like, oh, he's going to get this. So it was a great dinner getting to talk with them and stuff.
Food was delicious.
Food. Our poor room steward's moving over to the Carnival Pride after his 2 months
If
off.
you know, you know. And if you don't know, Google it.
If you know, you know. If you don't know, don't Google it. Because that whole thing that Thomas and Trevor says, or Thomas, what happens on the Lido stays on YouTube. Yeah, you don't want that on YouTube.
No.
So, anyway, hey, we hope you enjoyed Nassau today.
Yes, it was so great.
Great. Reach out to Amanda if you want to do the food tour.
Yes.
It's fantastic. She can get you hooked up with the right people.
Loved it.
Hey, we ran into that other couple from Louisiana.
We did.
They did the horse riding at Half Moon Cay. They said it was pretty fantastic.
Short. The time
Short.
the amount of time spent on the horse was short.
Short, yeah.
That was if they had a complaint, that would be it.
And they went to Blue Lagoon today and said they really enjoyed Blue Lagoon. So then we had another person said they didn't enjoy Blue Lagoon.
Yeah.
So it's a back and forth. So that one you had to figure out on your own. Horseback riding, book it early.
Yeah.
Get it reserved because it sells out pretty quick, especially during the busy cruise season. So anyway, hey, we hope you enjoyed Nassau, and we'll see you tomorrow on our first sea day going back, day 7.
Yes, I'm so glad we have 2 sea days left.
2. And this also means peace.
Good night.
And have luggage.
Well, what?
I don't know.
If you have luggage.
You should be traveling.
Okay.
Like and subscribe.
Bye.
Give us a thumbs up. Peace. Whatever. Comment. Leave it. Thank you. Bye.